Good doggy. You see, Kiko wants to join the video today. He's like all over my feet. So we are going to talk about episode 5, Sugar-Coated Lies. And I don't know, this is one of my favorite episodes so far because it was like exciting. Found out some crazy information on this episode, but that's going to come later. Alright, so the episode starts with Ink and I arguing as if it's morning time, and I'm taking the pictures down, and he's screaming, "You're breaking these people's stuff!" And I'm like, I'm clearly not breaking anything. I'm nicely throwing them / placing them in a stack on the floor. And that argument was actually really, really long. It was probably like a 20-30 minute argument because I had my interview dress on at the time, and then I went and changed into gym clothes because I wanted to go downstairs and work out because I was so angry and frustrated. I needed to get my anger out. And I changed into gym clothes. He's changing into like, I think he just took off his vest and stuff for interview to like get in the bed. So this was at nighttime, not in the morning time. That's why I'm all like amped up and hype and stuff, whatever, because we got into a huge argument. And if you remember from the sneak peek to the season, there's a part where he puts his his hands on my arms, and he's like, "You're drunk," and he's like yelling it. That was the same night. So clearly all of that has been taken out because now it looks like the morning. But the argument was at the same time of all this stuff going on. And yeah, they shortened it a lot so I don't look like an absolute psycho. Alright, so next thing you know, Sugar Bear admits to cheating, and he doesn't just admit to the one time. He's like, "Oh, I cheated with this girl, I cheated with that girl." He like cheated like 10 different times, and he was like one girl in Dublin. I know that's like a little country town in Georgia. I don't know how far it is from here, but my friend I think lives there. And she's like, "Yeah, the girl, I wasn't what she wanted, and I came to the hotel room." So basically he's saying like, I was gonna sleep with her, but I wasn't what she wanted, so we didn't have sex, but he should have left all that out. That's crazy. That's pretty funny. So then he admits to having a sexual addiction. And let's see, instructions had no words. Okay, so this was my favorite challenge. I had been building so much furniture at home because I've been redecorating my house, as you've seen on Instagram. Everything is like gray, black, and white. So I have been remodeling since the beginning of last year. So putting together furniture with my dad, and I helped Kelsey recently put a bed together. So this is kind of funny that I get to put the bed together because I already knew a lot of the pieces and stuff like that. Okay, so the instructions had no words on it. I didn't see this till after the challenge was completely done. All it was pictures. It didn't even explain if this was a screw, a nail, or anything. You just see a picture. You can't really see the size of it and stuff like that, like on normal instructions. So they clearly did that on purpose. So you really have to know what you're looking at in order to explain it to somebody else because there were no written instructions with the beds. All right, so Ink says, "No, you got to start off with the biggest board." I'm like, no, we're not going to start off with the biggest board. We're going to go in order. So my dad always does that. He always wants to like look at pieces and be like, this clearly goes here, this clearly goes here. And a lot of times it doesn't work because it has to be done in a certain order where you can't put this piece in for it to fit in here, and then later on you turn it or whatever else. So by having this mistake with my dad on multiple occasions, I knew like, no, you don't just grab the biggest board, you have to go in order, period, because there's like a reason that it's in order. And you take a couple steps ahead, you're going to be way back behind because you're going to have to take it apart all over again. My dad and I used to do it all the time. Door will be on backwards, like the hinges would be wrong. It was a headache putting furniture together with him. So I already knew, yeah, that was not happening. Alright, so Sugar Bear is like this huge distraction because he's over there yelling like, he's like, "God did it." Like, he's just like yelling everything, like mumbling, and like, Ink makes the comment later on that he's like the exorcist. He would not stop. Like, I could barely hear the instruction / direction. No, directions is like when you're going somewhere. Instructions Ink was even saying because Sugar Bear and Marjorie's like, "I don't get it. I don't get it." He's like, "Just do it, God damn it." I'm like, oh my God. Like, it was such a huge, they were right beside us. Like, our little lines where it was separated, we were all connected. And, of course, we got stuck next to Mama Joe and Sugar Bear. All right, so then Sunday's talking about, I can't really put it, or she's like, I can't really give you instructions, but I can tell you where to put the furniture. No, Sunday, we're not talking about home redecorating. We don't need you to tell us where to put the furniture once it's built. The key is to build the furniture first. Okay, so this is really funny, and I actually am going to text Catherine about this. So the board that I picked up, I'm like, this board is bent. Ink's like, no, turn it around. And it didn't make sense that it was turned around because of the way that it was cut, which was really weird. But it's the same board that Sean later picks up, and he's like, I'm just having a lot of trouble with this piece. It's the same exact damn board. I wonder if they even caught that. So, yeah, it was like, I think he said, yeah, it's warped or something, and I already knew. I said, this board has been something right with this board. All right, so they say that Ink's biggest trouble is with himself as he's given the directions. Catherine says to Sean, oh, Ink and Sarah are beating us. Sean's like, who's building? Thinking it's going to be Ink because it's like, oh, he's competing with the guy. No, Sean. There is a girl building this bed, and I am ahead of you. So, no. Next thing you know, Sean catches up, and the reason being is that these big, huge round pieces, I remember asking, I said, which way does it go? Does it go this way or does it go this way? And I should have thought more into it before I asked him because he already told me where they went. He says, no, flip them around. I put, I think, 8 of them inside the big board, which is like a thing that later on turns and it hooks onto another screw, which connects another piece. He told me to put it in backwards. Oh my God, I was panicking because they would not come out. Like, I was like, my fingernails are going to break. I was like hitting it with the hammer, hitting it with my hand. At this point, it's like hot as anything outside, and I have like grass burns all over my leg and on my knees, like little cuts and stuff. And I was like really frustrated at the time that he told me to put them in backwards, but I was like, okay, that's why he's like, Sarah, calm down, whatever, take your time. So I did do that, but I'm sitting here thinking in my head, like, you told me to put it in backwards, and now look, now Sean and Catherine are winning. Which, of course, later on we find out is irrelevant, how far you get along in this damn challenge anyways. Okay, so Sean didn't even acknowledge. So then Sean's, like, not even acknowledging Catherine. He's, like, putting the bed together by himself. She's like, Sean, are you listening? And he's like, I can't hear you, babe. He didn't want to hear nothing she wanted to say. He's, like, dripping sweat off his forehead. Like, he was really getting into it. He did not want a girl to beat him. All right, so the one piece wouldn't fit. Okay, so these little metal things on mine would not fit. Ink's like, they go there, they go there. And by the picture, they did go there. The one thing that it was is that the screws he was telling me to put in would, like, slide in. The bolt would stay, but the screw was, like, way too big, and it wouldn't go into the piece on the bed. I ran, I think, 3 people down, past Mama June, past Benzino and Althea, and I looked at Sean's, and I was like, oh my God, that's it. So I technically cheated. I ran over there, I saw what was going on, and it's basically the way you layer it. Like, the screw goes in here, even though it doesn't fit, it holds because the smaller part on the bottom is tighter, and then, like, the bolt fits on. And I've never had a piece of furniture do that before, so it was really confusing, but I did. I ran over to Sean's bed, I cheated, and I figured out how it went on. And it was super frustrating to me because Ink's like, it goes on there, it goes on there, and I'm like, it literally does not fit. Like, you're missing something. You're not telling me something. I don't understand. Like, something isn't right because this piece isn't going to fit. And he even made the comment after. He was like, how are you going to say whatever else when I'm the one giving the instructions? I have the instructions and you don't want to listen. And I'm like, because I'm the one with the 2 pieces and they clearly don't fit. So the way you're telling me, obviously I'm not understanding the right way. So you need to tell me something else because clearly this is not working. And of course, later on, the tables are turned. So I figured that out. Benzino says, so in the little interview, Benzino says, oh, it's a little hard for a woman. And of course, Althea snaps. And she's like, there you go with that woman stuff. I mean, and for the most part, that's true. Men are typically physically stronger than women. I mean, clearly I'm stronger than most of them because my bed was almost finished if it wasn't for that little mess up. But no, seriously, like, I don't know. She gets very offensive when guys say stuff like that, but she did say that, she could take care of herself, but she wants a man to take care of her. So if a man is trying to be that figure in your life and he says, it's a little bit harder for a woman, I completely agree with that. It's harder for a woman to put together a piece of furniture because of their physical strength than it is for a man to do it. And Ink even said, like, oh, it's not fair that Sean got to do it, whatever, because if this was vice versa and I was putting it together, it'd be different. I'm like, no, because I'm physically fit and strong enough to put this bed together. And I actually think it wouldn't have worked that way because I would have been explaining it to him, and I don't think he would have really listened to what I was saying to even get the bed together. So they definitely picked the right way to let me put the bed together. This is like what I do, people. Like interior decorating. All right, so next was the mattress part, and that was like super, super exciting. Mama June has a panic attack, which later on, her like little lake stories, it's like they match up, then they don't. She don't want the kids in the lake, but yet Sugar Bear's in the lake every day. I don't know. You're going to see this in a couple episodes because I don't want to spoil the surprise. All right, so Ink and I are coming up with all these strategies and like how to get in the water, what we're going to do. And keep in mind, he's completely blindfolded. So I'm not sitting there trying to interpret these directions or instructions on a piece of paper as he had to do. And I'm saying, no, this piece doesn't fit into this piece. It just doesn't work. He is completely blind, okay? And I'm like, go left, go left, go left. And he was like, and if you watch it back, like on two different things, I say left, left, and he's clearly paddling with the right. He's like, I already went that way. And I'm like, but you can't see nothing, and I'm telling you which way to go. Like, you have to trust me that I'm telling you the right way. So even though you did 10 lefts, if you need to do 12 lefts, I'm going to keep continuing to say left. How are you going to be blindfolded, not listen to me, and do the paddle on the right when I'm clearly saying left? And this isn't no miscommunication or interpretation of pictures of a headboard on a paper. This is like me and trusting that I can see and you cannot see. Like, this is just visual stuff, which is even more simple than the bed building process. So no, we did pretty well at that. So we get back, we actually leave our mattress. We grab the blanket and stuff. We leave the mattress and we take off running. Jim's like, no, go get your mattress. And it was funny because Benzino, I think it was Benzino and Althea's mattress was still left behind, and it was like right at the dock. So as we're going, our mattress was kind of further away, and I grab Benzino's mattress because it was closer. Ink grabs our mattress and throws it into the water because he's thinking like somebody's going to come back for this mattress. They ain't going to be able to get it, right? And as we're leaving with Benzino's mattress, Jim was like, no, you have to get your own mattress. I'm like, where are they coming up with these damn rules? I ran down the bridge, down the bank, and I'm barefoot, through like these sticks and dirt and stuff. The mattress is like all the way over here. If this is the dock, the mattress has already gone way over here. So I'm running up the bank this way. I jump onto the mattress, and I'm literally swimming with my hands because there's no paddle. I'm using my hands with my body on the mattress to get the mattress to the dock, and then Ink helps me up and we take the mattress. And I really wish they would have showed that because it was extremely funny. I felt like I was in a movie or something. Like, it did not seem real. I'm literally chasing after a damn mattress. Ink chunks it in the water. It was so hilarious. So we get back and we make the bed. And let's see, get in the water, even though blindfolded. Oh, so in the water too, it was really funny because I would tell Ink, I'm like, Sunny and them are on our left, push them, push them. So he would take his paddle and he'd like push them and it would steer them in the wrong direction. And we had these strategies like we were going to go past all of them, get the third one, and then come back. We were going to go 3, 2, 1 instead of 1, 2, 3 because we thought it'd be quicker. And as soon as we got in the water, we kept turning around backwards and he wasn't listening and we were facing the damn dock like on 3 different occasions. I was like, oh, why did we come up with all these strategies? We can't even get to the first damn one. You aren't listening to me. And they do say it. Jim and Elizabeth said, communication is a two-way street. You have to listen and you have to talk. All right. So next thing you know, blah, blah, blah. We were behind because things were backwards. Okay. So comes to find out, he's like, oh, who did it, whatever. You know, Sean and Catherine thought they won. Sugar Bear thought he stood a chance because he got back with the mattress first. And I had already told Ink, I said, I think that we won because we did the best at both challenges and not just communicating, but, you know, we were closer up in time of completing both tasks. And he was like, well, that's not fair. Sean got to build and da-da-da and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, sometimes people are born in life with unfair advantages. They're born into a rich family. Some are born into a poor family, this, that, whatever. It's like how well you do. So I'm sitting here telling Ink this, and as part of when they said that we were the winners, Jim and Elizabeth did say that. He was like, well, some people are born with unfair advantages. It was crazy because it's like they listen to what we say. They hear us talking all day long. So what I was telling Ink, they basically said to the entire group. So I was like, yeah, you know, Sarah, pretty smart. Words of wisdom from Sarah. Okay, so next thing you know, Benzino and Althea, it comes out that they're pregnant. Okay, yeah. They were trying to act like they didn't want it to be a big deal, but they purposely waited to say it on the show so it would be a big deal. But I'm really glad the network didn't decide to make it a huge beat in the story because they kind of just passed by it. They're pregnant. Okay, cool. No one cares. But by the way, they did have their baby. Their baby is super cute. Their baby's so cute. I know Benzino, Althea blocked me, but Benzino, I follow Benzino, and he always puts the baby on his Instagram. The baby's really, really cute. All right, so we go into Judge Toller's office, and Ink and I get all dressed up. We think that we're gonna win like a good prize, so I washed my hair. I did it. I'm all dressed up. He's dressed up, and we go in. Judge Toller says to me and Ink, she goes, "Oh, my understanding is that you two won. Who do you think contributed to the win more?" And of course, Ink blurts out, "We contributed the same." And he's kind of like stuttering a little bit or not like too confident in his answer. And she's like, "You guessed wrong." And they cut a lot of this part, but they were saying that I contributed a lot more because, for one, I was very understanding and I listened to him. And then when I said it didn't make sense, I didn't get mad. Like, we talked back and forth. He was helpful in the first part. But when it came to the second part, he didn't want to listen to anything I said. We were going backwards in the water. I kept saying left. He wanted to go right. And Jim makes the comment, like, look how patient Sarah's being with him. And this speaks a lot in their relationship. And they're just going in circles. And I feel like in a lot of our conversations that we've had and misunderstandings is that I try to be patient, but then it's basically like we go in circles. I don't know. I'm sure he would disagree, but I completely agree with Jim and Elizabeth said, and I would completely agree with Judge Toller said, because I feel like I contributed way more and, yeah, made it happen. She says, Sarah carried your team. All right, so but if you, okay, so then she tells Ink, but if you needed space, whatever, because you ignored Sarah for the first part, so you won't blow up, then that's the right choice for you, which I do agree. And my problem is that when I have a problem with somebody, I want to talk about it now. I'm like, no, let's fix it now. Let's talk about it now. And some people need their space to think about it, digest what's going on so they don't snap. So that was one thing that I have learned from Ink, is that I don't need an answer right away. Maybe I do just need to let them have their space and breathe, because just because I want to talk about it now, it's not necessarily best for the other person. And Judge Toller even said it, you needed your space so you wouldn't blow up, so good for you. That was the right choice for you. So that's something that I have worked on, and it's something that I'm not really used to. But later on, Jim and Elizabeth says, so in your relationship, when you guys have a problem, you're not supposed to take like a 10-day timeout or something like that, and then people start doing whatever they want, they make each other mad, whatever else. They say take 15 minutes and then talk about it. If it's still too heated, wait 15 more minutes and talk about it. But it shouldn't be more than a couple hours to where you talk about it and come up with a solution. And of course, every argument should have a solution at the end, whether it's you're right, I'm wrong, okay, we're both going to say that who matters, who's right and wrong, but this is the way we're going to move forward. So that's how that is concerned. Okay, so at the end, Judge Toller and them says, you've made your bed now you have to lie in it. And, I wish they would have had, like, some rose petals or champagne on her bed. They should have done something, like, cute, because it would have been, like, extra, like, we got champagne, even though there's a bunch of champagne in the fridge. It would have been really cool just to have, like, something extra, but I was happy with our clean, nice bed. By the way, that teddy bear right there is the teddy bear from the bed in the water. And we named the teddy bear Soji because S-O, Sarah Oliver, and Ink's real name is Jimmy. So it's S-O-J-I. So the teddy bear's name is Soji. All right. So you have to lie in it. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, those mattresses were in that nasty, dirty lake with that fish water, and now they have to sleep on it. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, so this is the shocking part, because we did not know this in the house. Sugar Beth says, no, there's no more girls, no more girls. And he keeps saying no more girls. I'm like, okay, so what else is there? Because Mama June kept talking about men. And he said, I don't want this out. I don't want the people in the house, but I have experimented with guys, and it's not my cup of tea. And I'm like, Sugar Bear, you do understand, okay, maybe it won't be out in the house, like, as of right now with us, but you do understand that you said it on national television, so we're going to find out soon, and the whole world is going to find out soon. I don't know if you know that. We're on a reality show, and it's being filmed and recorded. So for you to say, I don't want this out, clearly everybody's going to see it. You should have done, and this is what Ink said, you should have done what Hank did from the previous season with Hank and Kendra and just deny it all day long. Like, you can admit to the cheating and stuff, but I don't think, because there's a difference between certain people that are socially accepting of gay people and certain ones that are not. And usually, people that are rednecks, I mean, I'm not saying all, but usually they're not okay with, people being gay or gay experimentation. Just as a lot of them aren't okay with interracial relationships, okay? That's just like, stereotypically, they don't like that stuff. So, Hank was like, he should not have admitted that. He's going to go back home and people are going to harass the shit out of him and really be on his ass. And I'm curious to see what is going on because, I'm going to look on Twitter. I'm going to see if somebody's saying anything. He don't have social media, so maybe they're saying it to Mama June. I don't really know. And then Mama June says, yeah, you had private parts on your phone. He says, there's no private parts on my phone. Mama June said, yeah, it was a PP. What the hell is a PP? like it sounds so funny that she said that. And she's like, yeah, it was a black guy. And Sugar Bear was like, no, it wasn't his dick. It was his ass, as if that's better. And then he goes to, like, even explain it more. Yeah, it wasn't his dick. It was his asshole. And I'm like, oh, my God, Sugar Bear. You were just digging yourself into a deeper hole. This is crazy. I mean, it's pretty entertaining, but I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, so the end of it ends with Benzino and Althea arguing as per usual. Every single episode ends with them arguing. She hits him. He, like, ducks out the room. And he's like, she hit me. And he's real petty for this. And he says, you and the baby are going to jail. You know damn well you ain't about to press no charges. She ain't going nowhere. But that was kind of funny about the baby thing. So hopefully they are getting along. I think my dresser's missing a piece of a mirror. But I don't know. Congratulations to them. Hopefully they're getting along better and not arguing in front of the baby all the time. Let's see. Oh, so I posted a video, the Bean Boozled challenge with my dad, like 5 days ago. So if you're watching this video, go back and watch that one. And I'm also about to post a video about manifestation that I did with my dad right after this video. So make sure you watch that one too. And everybody keeps harassing me about the BGC 15 trailer. So I'm going to look it up online and I guess post a video on that as well. Next episode is the sex episode, Sex Puppet, so it's going to be really good. It's going to be funny, and make sure you watch it. So if you want to, let's see, our conversation below. What do you think about Sugar Bear not wanting to tell the house that he has experimented with guys, but he's saying it on national television? That's a good topic to talk about. 2, do you guys care that Benzino and Althea are pregnant? That's number 2. And then number 3, I don't even know what to say about number 3. Let's just stick with those 2 topics. I was going to say something about me and Ink, which you guys always comment about us anyways. So we're going to stick with Mama June and Benzino and what they got going on. But until next week, make sure you watch the other videos, and I'll see you next week.